Tai Chi and Qigong, and I've been exploring the embodiment arts and healing arts for about 15 years. So I'm excited to dive in with all of you and help you ground and activate today. In the previous two classes, they've been very traditional Taoist Qigong. And today I'm going to mix it up a little bit, blending some other modalities in with the root of Qigong. All right. And Holistic Healer Collective wanted me to remind everyone that this is a donation-based experience. It's free. No one obviously is turned away for lack of funds, but if you're open and want to donate to me, then I will write in the chat box my Venmo or PayPal. I'm just going to do that really quickly so I don't have to do it later. Venmo and Mac. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you. All right. So now please find a centered place in your room with shoulder width apart stance. And it's fun for all of us if you turn on your camera so we can all see each other if you're open to that. Okay, so finding a parallel stance, about shoulder width apart. Float your hands off of your thighs. It's as if there's a balloon between your palms and your thighs, and a spaciousness between under your armpits. So your arms are circled and rooted down to the ground, like limbs of a tree extending downwards. And for a moment, sink into your stance. So drop the weight into your knees, into the bottoms of your feet, and extend up through the top of your head, through your crown. So there's a direction going upwards to the sky through the head, and a rooting down to the ground through the pelvis and the stance. And go inside for a moment into your inner self and check in with where you are at in this moment. What's present for you? What's true? What's alive? Just an inquiring moment to acknowledge your state of being, the sensations in your body, the emotions present, the present state of your whole self. And bring one hand on the heart and one hand underneath the navel. And bowing the head downwards to your heart. A bow of reverence and gratitude for yourself, for the journey that you are on right now, for showing up and being present. And breathe into your belly, into your bottom hand, thanking the self. And now we open our eyes to the collective, to the group field that we are creating now by being present together, wherever we may be in the world. So we step forward with the right hand in a fist and the left hand over the fist, and we bow in. bowing to the collective, bowing to each other, from student to teacher, honoring the lineage of teachers. My teachers, Li Shifu in China and the Wudong Mountains, honoring his lineage. The Five Immortals Temple and the Chongyang and Longmen sect of Taoism, honoring the 30 generations going back, carrying us these ancient practices. Thank you. And we step back. And one more time, we step forward. This is very formal. We step forward and we bow in all directions, honoring the whole world. The four directions, when we bring our hands up to the sky and salute the cosmos, the great mystery beyond. And then let the hands float down and we bow to the earth, honoring Pachamama, honoring all the gifts that Mother Earth and nature gives us. May we not take for granted the flow of abundance. And coming back to center. So now inhale through your nose and gather and collect energy around you and bring your hands past the nose, compressing the chi down, exhale. Again, inhale, gather. Collect, exhale past the nose, sink. One more time. Settling into yourself. Rise up in your stance. We can do a series of joint mobility to activate and nourish the joints. To drop the chin to the sternum and circle your chin over the right shoulder, swinging up to the ceiling and then down the left shoulder, swinging back to the starting position, circling through the cervical spine, inhaling up and exhaling down, waking up the body slowly. One more circle, the opposite direction. Or many circles. One more. And floating your head up. We're going to do a spinal wave, so the hips, chest, head releases down. The movement comes from the lower body, from the ground, as if you are a sheet at the edge of a windy cliff, billowing in the wind. So you want to articulate every vertebrae in the spine, all 33 structures from tail, sacrum, lumbar, thoracic, cervical. Slowly nourishing. Try inhaling up and exhaling down. Inhale, exhale. Waking up the spine. If you're breathing while you do this, you might feel a shuddering as the air moves through the lungs, as the energy starts moving through the spine. And coming to center, moving the hips from side to side, almost as if you're wagging your tail, dragging the tail along the ground, putting an S wave through the spine from side to side. And the shoulders come down to meet the hips. The ribs compress down, massaging the internal organs, a smushing from side to side, moving the viscera, the connective tissue between the organs. Allow the arms to be heavy and long. Try to bring the movement higher into your shoulders. So you move the shoulders from side to side, really push them one direction, the other. If you feel a stitch or a cramp in your ribs, it's good. It's the connective tissue working. Breathing naturally, breathing in whatever way it feels good at the moment. And coming to center, moving the hips in a circle, hands on the hips, nourishing the sacroiliac joint and all the sacral attachments. Hips come forward and extends back. Legs extend and then sit back. Nourishing the lower spine. Reverse the direction. And then place one foot forward, and we rotate the knee in a circle from in to out, nourishing and moving the ankle and the knee and the hip all together, integrated. Reverse the direction. Switch feet. From out to in, circling on the ball of your foot. Reverse the direction. Breathing naturally. And now feet together from a tall stance, we float our hands down to the knees, sitting down into the stance and circling through the knees. Sitting back and extending around. Looking down on the ground a couple feet in front of you to find balance. Trying to keep your whole foot on the ground as you circle. Welcoming any cracks and pops as the joints move and the connective tissues slide. Removing stagnation, reverse the direction. Sit down as low as you can in the rotation while protecting yourself. Being compassionate of where you are at this morning. One more circle. Widen the feet a little bit. Press the knees back and then fold down, forward fold. Allow gravity to take a hold of your arms and your head. Lengthen through the back of your legs. And belly breath into your thighs. And hang. And flow with gravity downwards. And now pulse up and down in the forward fold. So your hands are pressing you off the ground a little bit. Nourishing the lower back. And then slowly roll up one vertebrae at a time. So the head comes up last. And then inhale, gather. Hands overhead, collecting the energy. Past the nose, exhale, sink back down to the vital center. Roll the shoulders back. Forward. And bring your hands up to hold a ball in front of your heart. We're going to move our hands around the ball as the shoulders or the elbows lead. Like making strikes with the elbow, but nourishing the whole shoulder joint. And you're shifting weight from side to side. Integrated full body movement. Slow it down, shifting weight from either side. Speed it up. Now reverse the direction. So the elbow extends back, reaches around, extends back. So it's a opening up, back and forth, extending backwards and returning to center, twisting through the ribs. Coming to center. So now you inhale, float the hands up slowly, like a billowing sheet. Exhale down. Inhale, rise up. It's as if there's a hot rising air underneath the palms and controlled flow down. Inhale, rise up. Breathing in and out through the nose. Beginning to palpate chi underneath the hands. Sensing a hot air rising. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower down. I sink into my stance as I lower down, and I rise up through the legs as I inhale up. Never locking out the knees ever in this practice. When we lock out a joint, it inhibits the flow of energy. And then we inhale, gather. And exhale, close down. Rubbing the hands together, building heat and warmth, friction in the palms. 3 claps. Continue rubbing. And then with the right thumb, circle massage in the left palm, nourishing the acupuncture points of the palm. The heart meridian, the pericardium meridian, encouraging an opening, switching hands, massaging through the right palm, now floating the hands up to face parallel to the ground, and inhale. Externally rotate through the shoulder so the thumbs are pointed back, the heart is open. Inhale, chest open, slight contraction in the back, shoulder blades pulled together. And then exhale, internally rotate so the shoulders torque forward and the thumbs roll all the way over. The palms are facing up with this internal rotation. Back and forth. Inhale, open, heart open. Exhale, twist forward. Try to lock out your elbows so that there's an extension. Even though I said don't lock out any joints, in this exercise, we do that. So it's like we're wringing out a wet towel, activating the sinew, the connective tissue. Inhale, contract and rotate outwards, and exhale, contracting, rotate forward, back and forth. Now opening up to the starting position, and we're going to shift over to one side. So the right side, if you mirror me, your left side will externally rotate, and then the opposite arm internally rotate. So there's an opposition, a spiraling happening through the arms. And then we inhale to center and shift over to the other side, twisting. So there's an external rotation now in my left arm and an internal rotation in my right arm. And there's a torquing through my pelvis as I lunge over to one side. Inhale to center and rotate, twist through the arms. bring a contraction, contractile isometric strength into the body. Inhale to center and twist and contract. Inhale to center and twist. Inhale to center and twist. Back and forth. And the gaze goes off the extended hand, linking the eyes into the movement. Breath, movement, eyesight, all connected, integrated whole. And coming back to center, inhale, gather, transitioning between each movement as we nourish the chi around us. We inhale, our palms out to the sides, creating a 90-degree angle in the wrists, and slowly contract as if you're making a fist through the fingers, making a fist and then curling the fist down. And then inhale, extend the fingers, 90-degree angle in the wrists. Exhale, contract. Activating the forearms and the shoulders, back and forth. Inhale, extending through the fingers. Exhale, contract, pull down. Inhale, expand. And now as we make the fists, pulling down upon the exhale, we contract through the upper body. And we're guiding our fists towards each other. They meet. Lower down into a squat, and then the fists come up and around. Exhale, contract, pulling in towards one another. Fists come up, blossom out, exhale. Contract as if you're pulling two great chains towards one another. Contractile strength through the body, very yang. Exhale down. Inhale towards one another. Exhale out. Inhale. Out. Now, we pull one towards each other, come up on your toes, and then releasing sound and releasing out to the side. Grab the chains, pull towards one another, come up onto your toes and release out your mouth. Inhale, contract in. Back and forth. Speed it up. Releasing. Stagnation. Anything that doesn't serve you anymore, release it out through this contraction and this sound. From the deep recesses of your gut. And release down, soften, moving from side to side, making a fluid break from this yang expression, moving the elbows from side to side as if you're circling two balls with your hands. Shifting weight from side to side, sinking into the power stance, Mabu, horse stance. Breathing naturally, allowing the breath to catch up. And coming to center, inhale, gather, collecting the energy, and exhale, lower down past the nose. One hand underneath the navel, other hand on top, sealing the energies into our dantian, or vital center. Inhale, belly breath into the palms. So I'm going to show you a breath through the nose. It's an emission breath. So you inhale, and you squinch your face like you're grimacing, and you go. So inhale, grimace your face, and it's kind of like breath of fire, or call it body breath in yoga. But it's short emission, and it's about 20% or 10% of your breath capacity comes out in one burst. So inhale, grimace your face, and it might pop your ears, some snot might fly out, but if you're in your own home, then it's fine. So inhale, and inhale. One more time. And release. Okay, now we're going to try that with tapping on the chest. So you come up onto your toes, and you drop down onto your toes while you hit the chest and emit. Inhale. Release. Inhale. Inhale. Releasing any stagnation from the lungs as we tap right underneath the clavicle. It's the top of the lung meridian. So inhale through the nose, up onto the toes, and drop onto your heels. And inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Okay, release that. Shake out. Shaking the head from side to side, pulsing up from the ground, becoming elastic through the arms, shaking out the wrists, shaking the arms above your head, releasing the voice and the tone. Inhale and exhale, vibrating your voice through your abdomen, through your rib cage. Releasing out, emptying, shaking, welcoming the sweat and the fire. Inhale. One more. Emptying. Okay, coming to center. You twist and swing your arms, guiding a soft fist to tap right underneath the clavicle. The front arm hits the chest, and the back arm wraps around and hits the back ribs on the opposite side. Pulsing and swinging. Arms are like ropes with a weight at the end. And bring that emission breath in. So it's inhaling to center and exhale, emit through the nose. So I'm inhaling through my mouth, and I'm exhaling through the nose, short burst exhale. Now hitting the ribs, the liver line, stomach, gallbladder, spleen. nourishing the whole spine, twisting from lower body to upper body, keeping the head forward. And shaking out. And inhale, your hands up overhead. Full inhale, and we release a jovial laugh. Releasing any stagnant lung chi. And then drumming the chest. Inhale, exhale, tone out. Inhale. Drumming down, contracting through the abdomen. Inhale. And shaking out again, pulsing, shaking, becoming more free, spaciousness in the body, empty. Feet together, find your stillness, let the breath and the heartbeat catch up, and notice, inquire again, somatic experience. What is shifting? Feet rooted into the ground. The hands externally rotate, extending down towards the ground and out. So I inhale, I gather, my hands overhead. The web of my thumbs link up. My palms face the sky, and I extend up onto my toes, reaching up through my palms. Palms facing up as I'm balancing on my toes, reaching down. And I lower down onto my heels and my fists covered by one hand, so in a salute position, lowers down in front of my heart. And then I exhale out the mouth, strong exhale, and forward fold like this. Inhale, I roll up, guiding energy with my hands to my heart, and I exhale, return. Again, inhale, gather. Web of thumbs come together, palms turn over above the crown, extending upwards onto my tippy toes, reaching in two directions, lowering down, my breath is held. Salute in front of the heart, release, push it down. Inhale, guiding energy up to the heart, and exhale, return. I'll turn to the side to demonstrate. Inhale, gather. Hands come together, palms turn over. I extend up onto my toes, lowering down. My breath is held, contracting through my abdomen. Release down. Inhale, guide up to the heart, and exhale, return. Inhale, gather. Extend. Lower down. My breath is held. Release out the mouth. Inhale. Guide up. Exhale down. Make the movement your own. You can release the technicality of it as it is a little complicated. Releasing and guiding energy up from the earth back to the vital center. Inhale, gather. Lower down and release. Exhale, return. One more. Inhale, guiding energy to the heart. And exhale, sink down. One hand underneath the navel, other hand over, holding the energy in. Sliding the hands around to the hips. Raise up the left knee and slide out wide into a wide stance. Shifting your weight from side to side, figure 8 movement in your hips. Bringing some water into the movement. Settling into your stance. Coming to center, we inhale our hands up. And this is as if we're pushing a weight down. You contract through your chest and your arms and your abdomen, pressing down like isometric strength. And then inhale, float up. Again, we press down, making a hissing noise through our teeth and with our tongue. Inhale, rise up. Inhale through nose and then hiss down. Inhale up. Inhale up. And then we go down one side of the body, ironing out the liver meridian. Getting rid of any anger. And then we shift over to the other side. Inhale up. Shift over to the other side. Inhale up. Inhale up. Floating upwards and contracting downwards. One more on the other side. Inhale up. Float the hands down. Inhale, gather. And exhale, sink. Palms facing one another. Magnetic connection between the hands. Inhale, the fingers weave together, creating a basket underneath your navel. Keep inhaling up, turning the palms to face the sky, creating a barrier above, rooting into your stance, holding your breath. And now you break this connection and exhale, push apart, like pushing two great walls away from each other. Palms face the front. Inhale, guide to the heart, gathering energy to the heart center. Exhale, hands float down, about at pelvis level. The palms face the abdomen, making contact with the skin, creating a diamond around the navel. And you inhale, brushing the belt, nourishing into the kidneys, squeeze your lower back. And then exhale, the hands brush down the outside of your legs as you forward fold and come into a squat. And then you gather the earth. It's as if you're picking up sand and letting it fall between your fingers, inhaling up to your heart, and exhale, sink down. Palms face each other. Inhale, weave fingers over the head. Hold breath, break, push apart, exhale. Inhale, gather to the heart. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, brush the belt. Exhale, caress down the outside of your legs. Inhale, collect earth energy from the ground as if you're picking up sand, letting it fall between the fingers to the heart, and exhale, guide it back down to the vital center. Again, inhale. Break. Exhale. Push apart. Inhale, gather. Exhale, sink. Inhale, brush. Exhale, lower down. Gather earth. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, sink. Linking breath and movement. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. And inhale, guide energy to the heart and sink it back down to the vital center. Hands over one another, underneath the navel, belly breath into the palms. And settle. Center in, ground in for a moment before we transition. Brushing the hands to the side of the abdomen. Again, rubbing your palms together, building heat. And in alignment with your dantian, your vital center, the level of your pelvis, the hands are apart, holding a ball of energy. And sensing in if you can feel an invisible, unseen force pushing out against your palms. As we've been opening up the channels and activating the breath and the functions of strength and fluidity, there should be an increase of qi through the body. An experience of warmth and tingling is common. You move your hands from side to side around this ball. This is as if you're holding two magnets upside down against each other, feeling that invisible force push away. And just for a moment, palpate it, fluctuate your hands back and forth, as if you're manipulating a gelatinous material, pulling a thick honey apart and smushing it in, sculpting clay. And exhaling in and inhaling, expand out, exhaling in. So linking the movements with your breath, inhale, expansion, and exhale, pressing in. Inhale, rise up in your stance. Exhale, sink into your stance. And bring the tip of your tongue on the roof of your mouth behind your front teeth, connecting the two middle channels of the body. And now, left hand on top, right hand cradling underneath, holding the ball of energy in your center. And inhale, exhale, twist the ball. Inhale, exhale. Becoming fascinated with this invisible force. Creating an entity of healing intention between the hands for your own longevity, for your own well-being. As if you are nourishing an energetic embryo of your inner child self. And returning the ball to the side, condensing it in, and inhale, expand to the side, moving the hands in alignment with your pelvis. And exhale, compress it in. Lower down into the stance. Inhale, expand out. Exhale, sink in. So the hands don't rise up, they move in alignment with your pelvis, keeping a connection constantly between the palms. It's as if there is a stick between the hands. Inhale, expand, and exhale, compress in. And with your eyes, without bending your head down, just look down, tilt your eyes down to look into this interspace between the palms. Inhale, expand, while keeping the extension upwards through your crown and rooted down in your hips and your root. Inhale, expand, and exhale, compress in. And now just hold for some moments, holding the ball. Fingers expanded and extension down through the fingertips, feet parallel, knees bent. Tucking the chin back so that the cervical spine, your neck, is long. Making sure the head is directly over the sacrum. And then there's a slight tucking in the pubic bone and the tailbone. So the pelvic girdle is cradling the internal organs, the reproductive organs. Standing meditation. Going inside with your gaze, eyelids cracked at the bottom, letting light in. And focus your mind's eye into the vital center, so just the 2 fingers below the navel. And experience that part of your body with your breath. Someone's mic is on. Well, just focus in on your breathing and onto that center point in your body. Ground in. So our feet are connected into the earth, extending roots from the bottom of your feet through the floor below. I mean, if you're on the 5th floor of the building or if you're directly on the earth, extending your energetic roots down through the foundation, through the rock, through the sedimentary layers into the earth's crust, digging down into the center of the magmic earth. Taking a hold of the center point in which everything revolves around. And once you've reached that place with your energetic roots from your feet, extend down energetically in your mind's eye with your hands, embracing the center of the earth, connecting the center with your center, aligning the 2, fully grounding. And now inhale, guiding that energy up with your hands, guiding it up. The hands are across from the heart, and flare out. The palms are facing up, creating a cradle in your arms, a receptacle to the cosmic energy, receiving energy into your lungs, into your heart, through the hands, and rooting down in your stance. And try to relax as deeply as possible in these standing postures. Active stillness, standing meditation. Noticing the quality of the breath. Inhale in the belly, exhale. The belly drops towards the spine. Tip of tongue on roof of mouth. Focusing in to your stillness. And bring your mind's eye into your heart. As you align with gravity and fill up with chi. Now the palms face the heart, the elbows flare out, embracing a tree. Sinking into your stance a little bit more. If your legs are shaking and tired, then come up a little higher in your stance, but don't lock out the knees. Acknowledging the thoughts and letting them pass. Returning to the stillness and the strength. And then lowering down, hands down to face right across from the navel. Embracing the origin. Again, recreating that connection between the palms and the dantian. Protect the center, never collapse. If you were to be standing in a great river basin, rooted in like the ancient tree, and the floods came crashing against the banks of the river and thwarting you to flow, you stand rooted. Nothing can sway you. And we stand rooted into the ground, nourishing the web of life that surrounds this planet, like the mushroom mycelial network that wraps around. I like to think about it as the fascia that wraps around the earth. So each of us standing in this position is a human acupuncture needle, nourishing the meridians and energy lines of this alive planet, radiating light in all directions. So as your breath deepens, your light expands in all directions, becoming luminous and radiant. What leaves your light is light, and what comes into your field of light is transformed into positivity, a protective bubble. And release the posture, hands float down. Inhale, gather, collect the energy around you. And exhale, sink down. One more time, inhale, gather. Exhale, down. Left hand underneath the navel, right hand over. The thumbs kiss each other, sealing the energies into the vital center. Collecting any saliva in the mouth to the center of the mouth and swallow it down. And now we close the dantian by circling the palms around the navel, inhaling up and exhaling down, nourishing this chi and warmth in the palms into your center. Inhale, exhale. And nourish the opposite direction, inhaling up and exhaling down. One more circle. Rubbing the hands to the side of the belly. Hands come together again, building heat between the palms. And take this warmth to your face, over your eyes, opening your eyes underneath the palms. And run your fingers through your hair. Massaging through the scalp, squeezing the hair, the neck. And then taking the ears, massaging through the ears. Stretching your jaw open. Shifting your weight from side to side as the legs are sore and stiff after standing for so long. And then tapping the jaw with the fingers, down the chin, on either side of the nose, the temples, the third eye, forehead, all over the face, the side of the head, above the ears, the tap above the head, the crown, down the back of your neck, transferring to soft fists and drumming the neck, and then down to your chest, and down the left arm, the outside of the arm, and back the inside of the arm, transferring over to the other side. Back the inside, and drumming down through the abdomen, transferring the slapping the front body and the back body, alternating sides, and down through the glutes and the front of the hips, the thighs, down the legs, slapping the knees, stinging the skin, up the leg, transferring to the other side. And shaking out. And find stillness. Rooting into your stance and sensing in one more time to what has shifted through the practice. Well, thank you for practicing today. And let's bow out. So we step forward like we did in the beginning. Fist forward, left hand over the fist, bowing to the collective. And then we bow in all directions, honoring the whole world, bringing reverence into practice, honoring the sky, the great beyond, and the earth below, and the self for being present. Thanks for joining today. I'm teaching on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays in the morning, and I have other weekly classes that change per week as I'm experimenting with virtual offerings. Stuart, hey, yeah, so you can